I love flavor. This has flavor. Does it ever happen to you that you're craving some amazing pozole and you just can't find it anywhere? Today, we're gonna do pozole verde with chicken, herbs, and spices that's gonna leave you just blown away. So let's get started. Let's talk about the ingredients. The beautiful herbs and spices that we're using here, of course all of them green, really bring out the flavor in this pozole verde. You can also substitute by using mole verde, some people do that, if you're in a crunch for time. But today, the idea is to help you see how you can get the most flavor for this delicious pozole verde. Now let's talk about the protein. Pozole verde is typically done with chicken. For this recipe, I'm using chicken thighs with the bone and the skin because it's the most flavorful and it will end up juicy and delicious. Again, you can substitute by using whatever chicken pieces that you like, whether it be raw or cooked. So first, I'm gonna get the chicken ready. Pat them dry with maybe a paper towel or a napkin so that they're really nice and dry. Sprinkle generously with flaky salt and thick pepper. Make sure to get both sides and set them aside to get to room temperature so it sears properly. Then on the stove, place a skillet to medium-high heat and add oil. I prefer to use avocado oil. Make sure that pan is nice and hot. You'll know it is because the oil will start to smoke a little. That's important so that the chicken sears properly. Prior to putting the chicken in, make sure that you pat it dry again as the salt probably pulled out the moisture. So pat dry it again and then place it on the skillet with the skin side down first so it releases its natural fat. Only place 3 pieces at a time max. I know it's tempting to add more, but what happens is then it'll steam instead of sear and the temperature of the pan drops, so you don't want that. So just do 3 at a time, place the piece and allow it to caramelize on its own, don't touch it. You'll know it's done because when you try to turn it, it will release on its own. If you try and it doesn't, allow it to continue to cook. Now the goal here is not to fully cook them, we're just searing the outside. So once the skin side is caramelized, then flip it over and do the same thing on all sides. Once all your pieces are done, remove them and place them back on the clean tray while you do the rest. Now use a large stock pot and place your seared thighs in there and add water or broth and bring to a boil. About 20 minutes into boiling this, it's likely that foam will form on the top. It's the impurities from the bone and the skin, so just skim it and remove it with a large spoon. Then add a quarter of white onion, a full head of garlic, 1 tablespoon of allspice, and 2 bay leaves, and continue to cook it for about 40 minutes, or until the chicken is fully cooked. Meanwhile, rinse the hominy really well under running cold water. I prefer to get the one that comes in the can since it's pre-cooked, but it's still important to rinse it really well and drain the water until it comes out clear. By now your chicken should be done, so just remove it and set it aside. You can also remove the allspice pepper seeds and the bay leaves if you'd like. Once the chicken is out, add the hominy that's been rinsed and drained into the pot, cover it and continue to cook. Now let's make the sauce. On the same pan where we sear the chicken, do not clean it. We're going to deglaze it while we make the sauce. So bring that pan again to medium heat and add 2 poblano peppers in chunks. I've already de-seeded and deveined them. 1 or 2 jalapeno peppers fresh. I didn't even de-seed or devein this one, just add it like that. 1 or 2 serrano peppers. About 4 tomatillos verdes or green tomatillos in chunks. Continue to cook and mix so that they roast, and then add a 1/4 cup of pepitas or pumpkin seeds. Notice these are deshelled. Continue to roast until everything becomes nice and aromatic. The chiles should blister along with the tomatillos as well. Once they caramelize, add about a half a cup to a cup of the broth from the chicken to deglaze the pan and recover all that flavor from the chicken that got stuck on the pan. Cover and cook on low heat for about 5 minutes or until fully cooked. See how nicely that deglazed? Now the pan is completely clean. Now place everything into your blender. Add a little bit more of the broth. I don't recommend adding water or cold water as you'll kill the flavor. And now we're adding some delicious aromatic herbs. A nice big bunch of cilantro, a couple of epazote leaves, a small fresh basil bunch. This is very unconventional for Mexican food since basil is not Mexican, but it will add a delicious flavor to your pozole. Fresh marjoram, Mexican oregano, ground cumin, chicken bouillon, flaky salt, fresh crushed pepper, and blend it first on low and then start raising it to high. Continue to blend until it fully mixes. You've basically made mole verde. Add your sauce to the pot, mix really well, cover it and continue to cook while you shred your chicken. I'm using 2 forks to make it a lot easier on myself, and I'm setting aside the bones, the fat, and the skin. Now to plate it, you can add some delicious shredded chicken, the broth, the hominy, and the delicious sides like white onions, radish in slices, Mexican oregano. Don't forget a mountain of julienne, iceberg lettuce, or any lettuce of your choice that's nice and crisp to add that crisp crunch to your soup. I love to add epazote leaves and basil leaves and cilantro. Not only does it smell delicious, but it also makes your plate look so good and high-end. You don't want to forget the tostadas or tortilla chips on the side, that's a must, and the lime wedges. This is delicious served with agua de Jamaica, agua de limon, or your favorite drink. Now this is the best part, dressing it up. So you can either set all the different sides for everyone to make their own, or you can make it for people. So typically you want to do either cabbage or lettuce. You want to do iceberg or any kind of lettuce that's going to stay nice and not get wilted with the heat of the soup. So that's why these kinds are really good to do that. You want to pile that baby high so it gives a texture and it gives a depth. And then you can do red onion or white onion. I like how everything is green on this soup, so I'm going to keep the white onion. And then some radish. Make sure that they're nice and washed. Squeeze some lime. The oregano, Mediterranean oregano is not the same as Mexican oregano, so I definitely recommend doing Mexican oregano if possible. And this tastes even better when you put it in your hands and have it release the oils. Oh, you smell it. It smells so good. So you want to put a little bit of that. Salt, pepper if you want. My spoon. And you want to have tostadas on the side, something crunchy and good. With this, I like to have agua de Jamaica, agua de limon, which I'm going to make you guys videos on those too, so you can have it with this. But since today this video is about pozole, we'll stick to this. So, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I've been getting a lot of messages on recipes and ideas that you would like me to make. Keep those coming, please. Put them in the comments. Let me know what you thought of this recipe or if you did it and tried something different. These are made for you guys to take it and make it your own. Substitute whatever you want. Make it better, make it worse, whatever. It's up to you. So let's see how it came out. It's so good. The different herbs and spices give it depth. So it's not a plain soup. You taste everything in there, and the chicken is like so good. It's nice and tender and flavorful. I love flavor. This has flavor, so I like it. So I'm gonna finish this off camera Otherwise, it's embarrassing. In the meantime, don't forget to watch the other videos and like and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one. Sorry. Bye. Yeah. Stop it where you keep going. I'm eating, I have food in my mouth. Ay, ya me voy.